Good morning, you guys. How you guys doing today? So yesterday I was peeking around on the Tahoe and I found out, I was looking because, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but when you smog a car nowadays, they don't really check your tailpipe, they check your computer. And so if your computer says that the monitors that it's checking, one of them isn't working, then you fail. On this one, it was the air pump, which is right here. And I was kind of just tracing lines back to it, you know, and I looked, and this line here, turned to dust. Look at this. It's collapsed. It's not even working anymore. So that's what we're going to try to replace right now. So I'm going to set you guys up. The tripod. Maybe. Tighten. Okay. So I already loosened these bolts here. I gotta take this cover off. Now without this cover, this thing looks like a LS top. And then I just want to check all the vacuum lines, but I know that one's junk. Let's get in here. Oh my god, it just broke in my hand. What a piece of junk. I hope this fixes at least one problem. What is that? A zip tie? What the heck is that? Oh no! That really sucks. Yeah, I'm so awesome. I can't believe I did that. Look how bad it is, though. That's crazy. Like, you can kind of see it was a hose at one point. Just dust, literally turned to dust. Wow. I can't believe I broke that. I'm so cool. Oh, I was pulling on the wrong part, that's why. Dang. That sucks. I don't know how I would fix that. It's a hard line. Maybe put it together and put a piece of hose over the middle of it. Alright, well, let me see what I can come up with, and then we'll come back. That sucks. Alright, I'll be right back, you guys. Hey friends, so I'm back. I dug and dug and dug in the garage, and I had don't you hate when you know you have something, you know you have it, and you know you set it somewhere and it's not there? It's like ghosts walked off with it. Nobody else has been in my garage. I had this ideal piece of vacuum line, and I know I had it because it came from the Civic, from the boost gauge, and it was probably 5 feet long. It was the ideal diameter, but whatever. So I stole this off the ATV, and this is the perfect size to fix our mistake where we broke this. It will slide right onto there and very tightly, so that's good. Until I can find another one of those. I don't even know what you would call that. It's a hard line, which is weird. But so I slide that on there, and then, oh great! Oh, I'm afraid I'm gonna break this thing even more. Jesus. can I take it off without breaking it again? Just so I can work on it better. Oh yeah, okay. So, how does it go in and out of there? I'm gonna take this tape off of it. There's like a tape, and this is such a tight fit, it's not gonna fit on there with that. Oh, it's a part number. I'm gonna save that. Is it a part number? It must be 157546162. That must be a part number. You think it'd be like 72? That's a huge long part number. Yeah, it's not coming off. Everything's like really brittle. Yeah, so back to what I was saying about the smog stuff is they don't check your tailpipe anymore. They check your computer on cars newer. So on newer cars they still check, or on older cars they still check your tailpipe. But, so this thing was saying that the monitor didn't switch over for the idle air or secondary air, and this here led to the secondary air pump, this vacuum line. And it's just kind of funny that it was like totally torched and that's not switching over, so hopefully it fixes our problem. This car has such low miles, knock on wood. I mean, it should have any problems passing smog. I didn't think anything of it. 150,000 miles on a car this old, that's really low. Most of them had 230. And you can tell the hood paint, that it was sitting for a long time, this car. And the engine's really clean. You know, if you get underneath this thing, I think I made a video on it, it's super clean. So, this thing looks like it hasn't been pulling vacuum through it for a while. So what, this will just snap in there? Probably not without breaking it, it won't. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's get it out again. I'm gonna spit on this. Get it all wet. Because like I said, this is a really, really tight fit. Oh, please don't break. Please don't break. Trying to make you guys seasick. Okay. Please don't break. Okay, we gotta get it to where they're both facing the same way. That's pretty close. That looks good. So we got both of these facing the same way down. I'll spin you back around. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, don't want to do that. Okay. Make sure we have it right. It goes this way. I don't think it matters that much, but. Oh, please don't break. Okay. And then this one. It's crazy it didn't go up there, did it? Why would it go up there? I don't even know what that is. That looks good though, going up there. So, and then we gotta go to there, to there. So, let's see if we can do that without breaking it. Climb up here. Oh yeah, let's make sure. God, that's such a small hose. I hope it works. I mean, the other one was like the same diameter. I was looking at the little piece that was left of it. But There's like so many vacuum lines on this car. From what I was reading, you don't even need most of them unless it's for smog. So, wet it. God, please work. I really don't want to go to the store. I'm just being lazy. It's a 20-cent hose piece. I should just go get it. We might end up just going to get it. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. It's on there good. It's got this little hoopty clamp. This actually came off the carburetor drain on Destiny's ATV, but it doesn't really need it. I don't know. I'm just justifying it. I don't want to go to the store. And I'll show you guys what I get a little generic scanner, and I'll show you what it's doing. Like I said, it's not throwing a code. There's no check engine light. You won't get a check engine light. It's just when you go to smog it won't pass. Oh, dang, that's leaning like a cholo. Okay. How do I fix it? What's going on here? Okay. Alright, so idler or secondary pump goes into this thing here. This is the vacuum line that goes down. They're all hardwired too. It's weird. I mean, hard plastic. It's not like hard metal, but. And then it goes in here, which looks good. Comes up. The one we just replaced goes down, goes into the intake manifold. That wasn't working, so hopefully now it will be working. You can just tell how clean it is. I don't know. I've seen a lot of vehicles, you know. Looked at my sister's Honda. Jesus Christ, that thing is just covered in oil. Alright guys, so I'm gonna check. Look, see how it's like hard plastic? The only problem is when that gets brittle, it's just gonna break. I'm gonna check over the rest of these vacuum lines. I should have done that a long time ago. And then I'll get back with you. And I'll show you the scanner. And if anything else comes up. Alright guys, so there's one more thing I want to do. I was looking at the idle air control pump, and look at this green tape. And it's like cut. The wire's like cut or something. I don't know if that's from the factory or what. And they just wrap electrical tape around it. I don't think so. Why would it be like that? Like spliced into like that. It's just weird. Who would do that? I know when you buy these you gotta splice into the connection, but not like that. So it doesn't matter because we're gonna fix it. So I don't like that. That's a stupid connection. I would even solder it if I had the time right now to do that, but I don't. One of my friends wants to hang out, but I just don't have the energy, really, you know? The only reason I'm out here doing this is because I want to get the Tahoe taken care of. This is for my family, but I feel bad. She just wants to hang out, but I just don't have the energy to do it right now. Okay, so we'll cut these wires like that, like that. These wire snippers are so cool. So that's not working right. Uh-oh. Too much. Those aren't very sharp, are they? Neither are these. Ow, mother. No cussing. Cussing's bad. Okay, now this side here. These wires are already pretty short. Alright, I got my little box here. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I want to just use wire crimps, but there's my soldering gun. So I have that stuff. I don't know if these are too small though. No, they're good. Will that stuff fit over there? Yeah, it will. Okay, so I find another one. These crimps. I got a. There's one right there. Okay, perfect. Now, so we want to crimp these together. I'm not the best crimper at this. Okay. Then we take our crimping tool. Somehow it's marked with the color, I think. Yeah, that sucks. Did it even hold it? Oh yeah, it did. So I used this one here. It's actually a pretty strong connection there. Huh. Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, it must be locked into the middle. Someone a long time ago actually told me don't use solder on cars. Use crimps because they vibrate loose in the heat. Sometimes, especially into the engine bay, you'll get a lot of heat. I don't know if that's actually true or not, or if he was just crazy. He might have been crazy. Oh man, this is a nightmare. This wire is just so short. Did I get a crimp on it? I don't know. Oh shit. I was cutting the wire. I don't know. I think I got a crimp on it. Alright. I think I did. Let's do that. Let's do that. This is how I used to just smash the middle of it with these things. And then throw this shrink wrap over it and call it good. Oh no, don't tell me this. Okay, good. You need to get the shrink wrap like in the middle of the connector. It's going just slowly. Alright, that's pretty good. And take a lighter and melt the shrink wrap on there. Much better looking connection than that other one. Even if I just wired it together by hand and threw shrink wrap on it, it would look better than the way it was with green electrical tape on it. And so that looks way better. Okay, next one. To be honest, I don't really like this crimping thing. But that's why they make them, because they work, right? I just don't really like them. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it holds tight, but I don't know. I just don't really like it. I think that always put your shrink wrap on there first too. I've done that 100 times before. Or I wired it all together and then forgot to put it on. Then I say, ah, screw it, I'm not going to use it. And it's like, then you end up not using it because you don't want to take it apart again. Come on, baby, get in there. What you doing to me? Is it in there? We'll see when we crimp it. If it stayed. Yep. Pretty good, I have to say. That's kind of a light crimp though. Let's try a different size up. So I used this one, right? Cool. See if we can fit this heat shrink on there now. Okay. Barely fit it on the other one. It's so nice out this morning. I hope that doesn't mean it's gonna be hot later. Okay. Alright. So we're like half and half. Grab a lighter. It's better if you're going to solder it because you use a soldering iron to melt this. But I had my lighter in my little kit here. Okay. Alright. That should be way better than before, you guys. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it sticks up and then they're good. Alright. I'll pick up with showing you the computer and then yeah, we'll probably call it a wraps. Buddies, so I went overkill on this. I know I did, but let's see here for a second. What's going on here? Well, anyways, whatever. I got all that. I was gonna try to turn a light on for you. I put shrink wrap on that connection that we fixed over here. I put shrink wrap on that. I always do this. I don't know why. Go way overboard. Tuck that away nice and neat that we fixed. Checked for other leak things. I didn't see them. Leak things. I don't know what that is. Alright guys, so let's set you up like you're driving. Hold the steering wheel. Don't drive so fast. Alright, let's see. I got this. Oh, dang. Oh no. You guys better have insurance driving like that. Here's the generic scanner that I said I have. And I will show you what they look for when they are smogging your car. They are not looking to see what's coming out of your tailpipe. You could, if you can trick your car into thinking you have cats, you technically could run with no cats. A little secret, the Subaru only has one cat on it, and it's always past smog. It came with two, so whatever that tells you. I just have the first one on. I took the second one off. Oh dang, that's a annoying noise. Turn the key. Oh no, no, no. Gonna get me in trouble. Hey, shh, 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 quiet. Okay. So scanner, this is what they're looking for. Can you guys see that? So it has no codes. That's what that top one is. So if we hit bam, we hit, see how it says no codes? No codes. Car has no codes. Scroll through the menu. You can erase. Now this is your monitors, your whatever monitors your car. This is what runs your car basically. It's running your cats. I'll show you. So we click it. It'll tell us our VIN. Oops, I didn't click it, sorry. Okay, so my L off, I don't know what that is. Misfire ready, fuel ready, so that's what, when it says ready, that means you're good. CCM ready, cat not ready. That's one of my problems. So if that said ready, I'd be good for smog. HCM, evap not ready. That's another one of my problems. To air not ready. That's that thing we just tried to fix. Your secondary air is what it is. Secondary air. So the air pump, I guess, that's not ready either. So I have 3 things that are not ready, and he gave me the printout too to show it. O2 ready. Your secondary O2 is ready. Your EGR is ready. So we have 3 not readies, and then we'd be good for smog. But those are the things they check. And he said I could get away with the evap. That's not a big deal. He said that they won't fail you for that, but the secondary air and the cat absolutely fail. So I need to fix 2 of those, and then I'll be good to go. The evap's not that big a deal, he said though. And he said the way to fix these is, when I bought the car, it sounds like somebody unplugged the battery or it was dead. So you have and now I think about it, the first couple times I drove the car, I mean, yeah, I don't know. You gotta think about how low miles this car has for its year. I mean, it has more, the Subaru has more miles than this car. But that's what they're looking for, guys. So, you can always hit rescan, and it will read it again. 0 codes. Erase, just for fun. Erase done. Okay. I was thinking about disconnecting the battery, even though that's going to make it to where I have to drive it even longer. But the tags on this car are 2018, and the lady said they're not up until April or something. So I still have a while. But I need to get this all taken care of soon, because yes, I have the registration within my name, but I don't have the pink slip to this car until I smog it. And it's very important. I really want to get that. Look at what GM did. Look how cool this is. This is a air filter gauge, and you can reset it by pushing it. It has a new air filter, new oil change, everything was done recently. Look how easy it's going to be to change the spark plugs. Oh, I think it's going to be easy. Oh yeah, it's going to be so easy. Oh my god. Do you guys really want to know why I wanted a Tahoe so bad? Alright guys, so I need your help with something. I have a dilemma here. I want to either leave this thing totally stock and not touch it at all, and work on the Subaru, you know, put a new motor in it, new trans, I mean totally build it up, that would be like my total dream, is to make that thing just like a monster. But I really want to lift this thing, and the thing is, like, I really can't afford to do both. Like, I really can't really afford to do one. You know, it's going to take a while. So what I was thinking was, either I lift this, jack it up, you know, I could probably do that after Christmas, after birthday. You know, I could probably jack this thing up, lift it up, or just leave it how it is. Don't mess with it at all. Just drive it, make it the daily driver, and work on the Subaru. Put it out, pull the engine. I pulled that engine before. It's actually got some really good parts in it. If you guys look back at some of the older videos, you'll see when it was torn down. It's got like ACL race bearings in it. What else is in it? It's got an STI crank. Wiseco pistons are in that thing, I think. Pretty sure they are. They're forged. It's got stock rods, just replaced, because I couldn't find aftermarket rods. I don't think they made them at all. You can find them for an STI, but it was a longer stroke. So they were longer, basically. But the cranks are all the same. They were all like 52 millimeter rod journal, you know, cranks or whatever. They're exactly the same. Thrush washers in the same spot, you know. Yeah. So it's either build that up or just leave it alone. The problem is that the Subaru is just worn out, smooth out. I mean, it's got a lot of miles on it. It's got more miles on it than this thing. I've literally run it into the ground. Yeah, and you can tell when you're driving, it's got Ibach springs in it, and it's still really, really floaty, because just the bushings are just worn out, smooth out, you know. Used to have some good steering. I mean, not great steering. Subarus don't have the best, you know, steering turn in, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. Like, you turn in, and it was okay. But now it's just really bad. It's really floaty. You could move the wheel basically without even turning. This thing is better. So I'll show you guys if I can find it on the Tahoe. There's a good example of what happens to the rubber bushings after a while. The bump stops on this thing are just turning dust, kind of like how that hose did. So I will show you guys. Oh, you can't see it. I think I showed it in one of my videos. Oh yeah, you can't see it, but it just turns to dust basically. And that's how the Subarus is right now. It's just, you know, there's not a lot left of that. Look at this huge airbox. Jeez, and it comes down here too. There's another tube that goes down. What if we just went off of here, punched a hole, came out and up like a snorkel? That'd be sick. If I lift it, I'm gonna put a snorkel on it. I just think it would look so good. I don't really want to cut into this, but I will for the fans. I would probably run it back behind in the fender, maybe. Cut a hole here, put a quick 90 on it, or because we don't want to mess with this smog stuff or this brace, maybe come in here. This is probably where we're gonna have to come in, pop out here, and it's gonna have to run along here. That's kind of ugly. I'd rather pop out here and just run up and out, because these things are super heavy. They would make awesome mud trucks if you lifted it up, put some nasty tires on it. So I wanted to show you guys one of the things I had a problem with that I did was I put all those expensive parts on the Subaru. I mean, just seriously really good parts on it. And then I put the cheapest head gaskets I could find on it. These things here. And sorry it's dark in here, let's go outside. And they blew up. These head gaskets went after I rebuilt that whole engine. They went after, what was it? It was like 100 miles or something. 100 miles and they both blew. It was an MLS, multi-layer steel head gasket. Both of them at the same time. So I went to Subaru and I bought some OEM head gaskets. And they were fine. They didn't... Alright, sorry guys, I ran out of memory. I had to get rid of some stuff. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the head gaskets lasted a long time until my thermostat failed. And then I had to replace that with or the thermostat failed when I was down in going down to Placerville, and the lower radiator hose is down at the bottom of the engine, and it popped off, and that's how I blew a head gasket on driver's side, no, on the left side, and I had to replace just one, but that's why I think I have an extra one somewhere. But it never had any problems after that, and when after I rebuilt the engine, I didn't have any problems either. That's still the same motor and everything since I rebuilt it, and I put 80,000 miles on it, so that's 80,000 miles on the rebuild. I wanted to do like really good bearings and stuff like that, really good parts, because I just didn't want to have the same problems as before. I didn't even drive the car very hard in the beginning when I first got it, and the engine blew at 100,000 miles. It was just burning oil like crazy. I remember it. I mean, it would burn oil bad. I had one of my friends behind me, and he lived kind of down the street from where we did on Slide Park Road, and I pulled out, and he just so happened to be coming up the road, and he came up behind me, and I downshifted and went, and he said that we stopped and we were talking, and he said that it just puffed out a huge thing of black smoke. I mean, it was just burning oil very, very badly. So I had to keep adding oil to it, which was stupid. And one day I was coming home. I work nights. Everyone knows that for a long time. I was coming home from work, and I just forgot to put oil in it. I was so tired. I mean, you have to add oil in it every day, basically. You had to. And I was coming up the freeway, and it blew up. The rod it started knocking really bad. So that's the story on the Subaru. That's how it got rebuilt. It was like at 105,000, and now it's at 70 or whatever. So probably more. I don't remember. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think I should do. I should lift this, or do nothing with this, make it a daily driver, and do all the work to the Subaru, or leave the Subaru alone, drive it when I drive it, and lift this bad boy up, because that's what I don't know, that's what I really want to do, is jack this thing up. I haven't had a lifted truck in a long time. I used to have a lifted Dodge, and that thing was sick. It was very cool. Women love fast cars, but they love lifted trucks more. Trust me. I get a lot of looks in this Subaru. I used to a lot, when I was younger. Not that I care anymore now, but when I had my Dodge, I used to have I would have 3 people in the front seat. Let's just say that. So, alright guys, well, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go wash up and take the dog for a walk. I need to still take a shower. It's early. I dropped Destiny out at school, came out and basically started working on this. So I wanted to get that done, see if it changed anything. I'll probably disconnect the battery, put it back up, see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna take the pooch for a walk, and maybe I'll take you guys along for that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't go for super long walks. I'm too fat for that. I'm pretty bored though when Destiny's not home. She's like my best friend, man. I wish she was home right now. I don't have anything to do. I could go hang out with my friend Michelle who wants to hang out, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling up to it. I don't want to be a downer around her. But Destiny, she always makes me happy. We could do anything. We play board games, and I'll be happy. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And we love you. Stay tuned.